Beyonce might be on the verge of making the ultimate power move, and it's not just another world tour. Word on the street is that Queen Bey is allegedly shifting over $500 million into offshore accounts in secret, prepping her grand escape from the chaos that's about to unfold. Why? Because Diddy's courtroom meltdown is coming, and it looks like he's ready to snitch on every celebrity he's ever partied with, including Jay-Z, including Beyonce. Yes, we are deep in some billionaire-level mess. Diddy's trial is just weeks away, and insiders claim he's already cooperating with prosecutors. Allegedly, he's looking to trade names for freedom, and the names on that list? Let's just say they're royal. Jay-Z is reportedly smack dab in the center of it all, and Beyonce, baby, she's not sticking around to go down with that ship. Now here's where it gets extra spicy. According to Storm Monroe, one of YouTube's top gossip insiders, Beyonce's recent hustle isn't just about ambition. It's part of an elaborate escape strategy. Storm claims someone close to Bey spilled the tea that she's stacking cash and diversifying her brand to reach a financial safety net. And honey, when you look at the timeline, it all starts adding up. We're talking Ivy Park with Adidas, which flopped so hard the brand dropped her. Then came the Renaissance album, a massive global tour, a movie, a hair care line, Cowboy Carter, a perfume, a tequila, a Super Bowl performance, and now, boom, another tour, all in just 2 years. Beyonce has never flooded us with this much content, not even in her prime. And that's why the whispers are getting louder. Is this a farewell tour in disguise? According to Storm, part of the tension brewing behind the scenes is that Beyonce and Jay-Z are allegedly already living separate lives. Word is, their marriage has been running on business deals and joint PR strategies for years, but now the cracks are too big to hide. With Jay reportedly facing major exposure in connection to Diddy's mess, Beyonce's team is allegedly preparing to break away and rebrand her as the innocent wife who got blindsided.
And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask Jason Lee. I don't know.
Sources say once Jay gets exposed, Beyonce is going to file for divorce, and the press statement is practically already written. Something like, the Carters have been separated for a while, they built a beautiful life together, they still love each other, blah blah blah. The usual Hollywood divorce spin. But behind that press release, a storm of betrayal, financial scrambling, and panic control.
You know that once that comes out, and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce him. Okay, and she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, "Oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life, blah 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 blah."
Let's not forget that right after Diddy was arrested, NT Lawyer revealed that Jay-Z had a meeting with both a criminal defense attorney and a divorce lawyer. Baby, he was preparing for every possible outcome. And apparently, Beyonce had no idea how deep Jay's ties ran with Diddy, or so her PR team wants us to believe. But fans aren't buying it. Some are saying she's trying to pull a Cassie, quietly step away, and flip the narrative before her name gets dragged too. And speaking of Cassie, things get even wilder. The rapper DaBaby recently gave an interview to Shannon Sharpe, and let's just say he hinted at a private encounter that went from casual to creepy real fast. He claimed he was at a party hosted by Diddy with Jay-Z and Beyonce in the room when Diddy allegedly cleared everyone else out. DaBaby says only a select few were allowed to stay, including himself, Beyonce, and Jay. He claims Beyonce walked up to him, introduced herself in a way that didn't feel so innocent, and started getting touchy, placing her hands around his neck. Fans instantly started calling it a freak-off, and it set off alarms about just how deep this celebrity circle really goes.
Beyonce, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people, he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know.
Right.
Jayz and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop the whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
Now, some people defended Beyoncé, suggesting that she was coerced into playing along because of Jay's shady business with Diddy. People started connecting the dots to Beyoncé's former bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who mysteriously passed away after publicly claiming that Jay was controlling Beyoncé using heavy substances. That same control, people say, made it easier for her to be used in Diddy's freak-off culture, just like Cassie was.
She's been on him for a long time, and you keep her that way.
One had the foresight years ago to know what Brooklyn could become, and he played an important role in the renaissance of our thriving world. In addition,
but the mess doesn't stop there. There are also reports that Jay-Z wasn't just emotionally manipulating Bey. He might have been physically abusive too. A now-deleted media takeout interview with someone claiming to be Beyoncé's former assistant alleged that Jay was known to shove her around behind closed doors. Never a full-on strike, but enough to embarrass her in front of others. The assistant said, "He treats Beyoncé like she's an object, not a person." If true, that paints a much darker picture of the Carter Empire than we've ever seen. And here's where it goes full conspiracy. A blind item recently dropped exposing even more alleged details about Beyoncé's $500 million escape plan. The source claims Beyoncé wants to quit music entirely and live a peaceful, low-key life, but the people around her won't let her. They keep her on stage, signing contracts, shooting ads, because to them, she's the ultimate cash cow. The source said she's exhausted, depressed, and over it, but trapped by handlers, family pressure, and Jay's empire. Apparently, the bodyguard that chased after her at the award show wasn't trying to protect her from fans. He was allegedly trying to stop her from dipping out of the country without permission. The source says Beyoncé has threatened to disappear multiple times and that her team is now monitoring her every move because they're afraid she'll ghost. She's been trying to audit her own finances, questioning where the money's going, and allegedly discovered that Jay and his people have been quietly skimming off her earnings. So now, Beyoncé is working overtime to reclaim what's hers. Every product drop, every performance, every dollar is part of a bigger plan. She's not just stacking wealth, she's buying freedom. The source said she wants to retire, she wants peace, she doesn't want to keep living under everyone else's control. But they won't let her go. And worst of all, she's scared that if she tries to fully break free, she could end up like Michael Jackson. Let that sink in. The whispers are turning into roars. Beyoncé has been allegedly buying properties outside the US. Her team's been tightening NDAs, and her tour ticket prices sky high. It's not greed, it's strategy. If the lawsuits hit, or the court records leak, or Diddy really names names, Beyoncé doesn't want to be around to answer questions. She wants to be untouchable, off the grid, untouchable and unbothered. Now, obviously, all of this is alleged, but let's be real. The industry's been shady for decades. And when billionaires start acting like they're running out of time, that's when the dirt gets exposed. So maybe Beyoncé really is the innocent queen caught in a toxic empire, or maybe she's just the smartest player in the game, setting herself up to exit while she's still in control. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Beyoncé really planning a $500 million escape from the industry? Will she leave Jay-Z when the Diddy case blows up? Or is this just another wild internet conspiracy with good storytelling? Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and get ready. Because if even half of this is true, the Carter Empire is about to crumble in real time.